Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Saturday night! Thank you all for joining us here at our very first ever, our pilot, our premiere episode of Vaudacity's Open Mic Night. This is our Hearts Fire Cabaret. Thank you all for being here. I want to introduce y'all to my co-host for the evening, Mr. Craig Jackman. Give it up for Craig.
Wow. Thank you so much. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, the Polly's Picnic originally started as like a place for people to try new things. And every time we had a show, I made sure that somebody who was in the show, it was their first time performing whatever style it was, whether it was doing a musical piece or stand-up comedy. And along the way, of course, through this pandemic, as we moved to the virtual picnics, that kind of got lost in the mix. I mean, we've always encouraged people to try new things, but I really missed seeing people get out and do something for the first time. And so that's kind of why I thought, during the summer, while people are going out a lot of Saturday nights and the theme parks are open and gigs are back for performers, what better time to start an open mic night here on the Vaudacity Network and
let people strut their stuff.
Absolutely. Like you have. You've performed live. You did stand up at one of the live Polly's Picnics.
That was an experience. It was a good experience. And
yeah.
It's I think I've said it before on the online variety show. You don't know how you'll feel until you do it.
That's
so
right.
Why not do it? And especially with this group, because it is such a user-friendly group.
Yes.
And that made it a lot easier to do because, I mean, you and I both know, and some of the other comedians too, stand-up is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. It is not. It is like one of the hardest and scariest things in the world. And that's why I'm going to dig into this actually throughout the show tonight. But that's why stand-up to me was such an interesting thing to try. And I haven't done it in years, even at the live picnics, because it is so hard. And, once we finally got virtual here and started doing things here on the online, take something that's really super hard and make it even harder. Where you get zero audience feedback and zero audience reaction, even if you're good on the webcam here. But I know that our audience here in the chat, we're in 30 households right now. That's awesome. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Share the link, spread the words, hit subscribe.
The like button.
We just hit 1,500 subscribers on our channel. Thanks to you. Thanks to the social media team and everybody out there for helping spread the word. And
I like what Barry is saying here in the chat. TGI Saturday.
That is a perfect segue, Barry. Thank you, because I was just about to say these next couple of weeks, this weekend and next weekend, we're kind of in flux as we had planned on our summer schedule starting in June, and then we found out Knott's was opening a lot earlier than I thought they would for entertainment. So this tonight, obviously, and next Saturday, the open mic night will be here on Saturday, but starting in June 6th is the first Vaudacity Family Night Sunday nights. We are making it a big thing on the weekends, Sunday nights. If you remember TGIF, thank goodness it's Friday on ABC back in the days. That's kind of what we're doing on the weekends now here on Vaudacity. We're going to have a program of programs on Sunday nights. We're calling it Vaudacity Family Night Sunday nights. So again, tonight and next Saturday, open mic night is here. But then starting in June, you'll find us on Sundays, and our friend Amanda Benjamin, who we will talk to very soon, has graciously moved her Amanda on Demand show to Monday nights. So she will be here with y'all Monday night spinning that wheel. But Craig, I'm going to get the show rolling.
Yeah, and what's nice is you're going to get to kick this off. I know you usually do that with the online variety shows, and it's great to carry on the tradition.
So sometimes I do. Sometimes.
Yeah.
We
So what do
actually
you?
had an empty slot, so I just said, I'll start the show. I'll get it going, warm up the joints. I'm gonna do Michael Bublé's version of Van Morrison classic, one of my favorite tunes. I heard Wendy Walker do it on her Wednesday night show a couple weeks ago, and I thought, oh, how have I not performed this song yet? So,
Oh, nice.
here is Moondance. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. And all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. And all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know that the time is just right, and straight into your arms I will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, we just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Ladies and gentlemen, the karaoke band. Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know that the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. 'Cause every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Just have one more moon dance with you, my love. Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? My love, one more moon dance with you. I just want one more moon dance with you, baby girl. Vibe, 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 ba ju ba, moomba, 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 ba 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 ba.
If I had shoes, I'd be throwing them. Wow. Kathy B was saying, great song for you. I agree. How many of you in the chat agree that was fantabulous?
Thank you.
And that's using word from the song, too.
Fantabulous night to make romance. That's right.
And I got to tell you, that's how come I was using the song, hearing that, or the words, I should say. I love the word fantabulous. And it was because of that song that I picked it up.
There it is. Well, thank you for the love in the chat. Appreciate that. Let's keep that applause going for our next guest, Sherry Joersha. Sherry.
Hi.
Great to see you.
You too.
And we're used to seeing you on Saturday nights with a guitar sitting in your lap. But tonight,
Yes.
for our open mic night this evening, you're bringing something a little bit different.
I am. I'm actually going to do a poem that I wrote very long time ago, back in 2010. And it was to my grandmother who passed away from lung cancer when I was about 11. And back then, as a kid, I used to internalize feelings a lot. So even though I was an adult at the time of writing this, I still hadn't kind of processed that. And so this was a way of just doing that for myself and kind of getting words onto paper, because I kind of felt like if I did put it down on paper and write it down, that it was real, you know? So anyways, yeah, this is, it's called Waiting to Exhale.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sherry Joersha.
I was scared to write this, as if words would break the dam of bricks that encompass my emotions, using the snippets of memories I have of you. As if putting pen to paper would strip away the blindfold that protected my soul for so long. The blindfold I used as a band-aid, unable to heal the wound that had started festering since I was 11, the night we got the call that you were gone. I remember the shock hitting me like a tsunami, washing away my childhood and innocence with its wrath, pounding me with waves of emotions I never experienced till that moment. Grief, heartache, resentment, anger, confusion, loss. My food feeling like a boulder, refusing to go down my constricted throat, refusing to go down as my voiceless scream exploded from within, trying to claw its way out as disbelief shut down my mind. While the pain of losing you stripped my soul piece by piece, shutting off my breath as if it would be a reality if I exhaled, I haven't exhaled since. Time heals all wounds, they say, yet 19 years have passed, and my heart knows no time for wounds covered with years of band-aids, wounds still as fresh as the day that they were first made. My aching has not receded, my yearning has not subsided, my heart has not mended, my breath is still held. My mind has filed away your smile, your laugh, your scent, into its dark recesses in my ever-expanding warehouse of memories, which I cling to like food to the starving, like air to the breathless. Terrified that I would lose you all over again, as if thinking of you too much would consume those sacred thoughts, like fire to paper, and be lost forever. I found the only letter I have from you written just months before the wretched disease took over your ability to write me sweet letters again. Took away your ability to walk, that you had to be carried in a chair. Took away the lungs that breathed the same air as me and stole your life. My fingers caressed each word, willing them to come alive, desperate for them to somehow materialize into arms, your arms that would envelop me in your embrace again and tell me everything will be okay. Those arms which were my only happiness, the only place I considered home, those arms which were my haven, my innocence, my childhood, my peace, my savior. But the pain of losing you is easier to bear than the pain of knowing I can never see you while my heart beats. Because religion prevents me from entering your place of rest, from touching the soil beneath which you lay, from letting my tears seep through the ground so they would reach you through the only physical contact I have left with you. I never got to say goodbye. But you live on through me, in my blood, in my dreams, and in my thoughts, and I know that with you one day. Till then, I will wait to exhale.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
That was amazing for you to share.
Yeah.
Thanks. Wow.
You could tell.
It's been so long. Sorry.
Does it?
No,
Obviously, I know like what prompted you to write it. Did the writing of it? Tell me about the creative, the feeling, the therapeutic feeling of expressing yourself creatively.
Well, like I said, I used to write poetry a lot, and it was a way of expressing myself because wasn't really good at doing that, on my own. I like I mentioned, I internalized a lot of it. So in writing, sometimes, and I used to journal every day, but in writing it made it feel real, but it also kind of enabled me to let go of everything that, was going on inside. Yeah. So, yeah.
It was
that was
truly
amazing.
Beautiful and such
Thank you.
such a vulnerable thing to just share that with the world.
Thanks. Sorry to be a little downer at the start of this.
Don't be sorry at all. It was absolutely beautiful. And
You're getting some amazing comments in the chat, Sherry.
Oh, thank you.
That was so sweet. That was lovely, incredible, beautiful.
Authentic.
Oh, thanks.
Real.
I appreciate you guys giving me the platform, giving everyone the platform to do their creative, artistic stuff on here. So that's really great. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. And we hope to hear more of your poetry throughout the summer here.
Yes, we'll do. Thank you so much.
And we should let everybody know, Craig, that as this is an open mic night that's going to be here on Sunday nights, tricking you with these crazy Saturdays. But
just
if
getting to the schedule ahead.
Wants to join us live and present any sort of performance, whether you're reading something you've written or you want to play a tune on an instrument or sing a song, there's a form to fill out for that on the onlines. It's at vaudacitycabaret.online is the link to a Google form where you just let me know what you'd like to do and describe what it is, and we will be sure to squeeze you into one of these open mic nights here this summer.
Or even like we're going to have in a little while, maybe a movie short.
Yes.
Whatever you want to share with us. This is going to be an amazing opportunity because it is an open mic. If you have a story to tell. Sherry, thank you so much for kicking off the poetry.
Yeah. Poetry, stories, films, stand-up. You want to try some jokes. I love ghost stories, so if you tell me it's ghost stuff, everybody's kind of like got the 6-minute rule. So what we're gonna do is, once you start hitting 6 minutes on whatever, you're gonna get the Oscars playoff, just like you would at any open mic night. The music will come on and we'll cut you off. But we're open, and we can't wait to see what you're ready to share with us. Yeah. But of course, we've got some of our Vaudacity regulars that'll be on here sharing their performances as they're used to doing every weekend as well. Much like our next guest, right, Craig?
Oh, absolutely. And this next guest I had the pleasure of doing a show with last night. It was the Green Room. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Darren Ingram to our cabaret.
Hey, guys.
Darren, thank you so much. And, it's great to watch you and see you perform. As well as just doing the talk show like we did last night.
I appreciate it, man. You as well, and I know you're bringing something hot later too. So pretty excited.
Chili hot. Hey, great episode last night.
Yeah, it was good stuff. It really was. It was good stuff. The Nickel Manna, Craig. It's Nickel Manna.
Yeah.
It was an amazing guest. And if you hadn't had a chance to watch it, guys, just take a look, because he did most of the talking, and he was fantastic.
VaudacityNetwork.com. He is a voiceover artist. He's been doing it for 30 years, and he also is a coach. So it was really good to get a little more on the inside and the behind the microphones. Of course, that's part of what the green room's about, and getting in front of the mic. Of course, tonight, open mic night. What a great way to, get people to share, open up. And well, you don't have any problem with opening up at all, Darren. I mean,
well, in the spirit of what Paul was saying, I actually have a list. I think I mentioned it before. I have a list in my head of singers I'll never sing live, and I've already sung 2 of them on Paul's show. So part of the list is Journey, Queen, The Police, AC/DC, and then the one I'm singing tonight. So I am definitely stretching. There's a little bit of a fear factor to this. I've got a little bit of the clammies going on here, because I'm singing a song that is not my typical genre, at the edge of the ranginess of singing, and that's what these shows are about. So,
well, what was that one that you did earlier in the online variety show that was you had the little captions with, like, okay, here it comes. Okay, here it comes.
Daniel Bedingfield. Yeah.
That was Michael
Jackson.
That
was it. That was
David
it.
Bedingfield. Yeah, Daniel Bedingfield. But then again, Michael Jackson is also kind of on the side part of the list, because I never thought I'd sing him, and I did it on Paul's show because we try new things.
Absolutely. So what are you trying tonight then?
Well, I'm going to keep the mood going with a Stevie Wonder song, not so well known. And it's something that he sang, speaking of Michael Jackson, at Michael Jackson's funeral celebration, and it's a heavy. It's got a lot of layers to it. The lyrics are ridiculously deep. So it's almost its own poem plus a song in there. So, like I said, I'm going to keep that mood nice and down for everybody. So if you were thinking I was going to pick you up, you're sorely mistaken. I apologize already. Yeah, no goofy naked Darren tonight. We're gonna go dark and heavy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Well, then we're excited to see what you have to share for us.
I'm just hoping I don't share like that pizza I had earlier, because I'm like feeling the burpees. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, one more drink before you get going.
Yeah, right. Let's do this.
Okay, so what's the title of the song?
They Won't Go When I Go by Stevie Wonder.
Darren Ingram.
No more lying friends, wanting tragic ends, though they do pretend they won't go when I go. All those bleeding hearts with sorrows to impart were right here from the start, and they won't go when I go, and I'll go where I've longed to go so long away from tears. Gone from painful cries, away from saddened eyes, along with him I'll bide, 'cause they won't go when I go. Big men feeling small, weak ones standing tall, and I will watch them fall, 'cause they won't go when I go, and I'll go where I Unclean minds mislead the pure, the innocent will leave for sure. For them there is a resting place. People sinning just for fun, they will never see the sun, for they can never show their faces. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who will take more than he will give. He will give. He will give. He ain't hardly gonna give. Oh, yeah. The greed of man will be far away from me, and my soul will be free, 'cause they won't go when I go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Since my soul conceived all that I believe, the kingdom I will see, 'cause they won't go when I go, and I'll go where I belong. No one can keep me from my destiny. That's a fun one.
That was effortless. What are you talking about?
Except that I pooped when I hit him, but that was, you know.
Wow, Darren Ingram, holy buckets, man.
Nice
That
one.
was killer.
Appreciate
Slayed
it.
it.
Appreciate
So
it. Thanks,
freaking
guys.
talented. Darren Ingram. Corey Benjamin, thank you so much for dropping a tip in the super chat for our performers. It reminded me exactly what I needed to do right at this point. Let everybody know if you are just blown away by these performers tonight. There's a real easy way to say thank you. The pay what you can ticket for the entertainment this evening, live entertainment. Corey Benjamin just dropped in the super chat. She says, this show not only stretches the performers, it stretches the audience. Thank you. That's a very stout observation.
Thank you, Corey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole idea with an open mic night, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, spread your wings, try new things, and I love that the audience is here for it. And that's why we started Polly's Picnics. My friends and I, we wanted to try stand-up for the first time, but we didn't want to like do some seedy open mic night at some bar and put our names in a hat and see if we get 5 minutes. We actually formed a program out of it, and people showed up, sold out 2 shows the first night. We were just trying new stuff, and people still came and supported, and it was incredible. I'm going to share some videos from that night a little bit later on, but
It's been amazing watching how these things have developed, Paul. I mean, over the years, I still remember the one at the Fullerton Airport in the hangar,
yeah,
and that was
fun.
huge.
Yep.
So many people came.
And we can't wait to do it again. We'll talk about the next live one that's coming up, our first one in over a year plus. Kelsey Gibson, thank you for that drop in the super chat. Love this amazing, talented people. Love you, Kelsey. Thank you so much. We're going to invite, speaking of our live shows, she was in our second ever live show. I believe it was her first time trying stand-up comedy. Give it up for Gina Dobbs. Hello, darling.
Hello. So I'll just put it out there. I pre-recorded tonight. It was a little awkward to be doing stand-up to yourself.
That's what this webcam life has been all
It's
about.
so strange. I admire that Caitlin's going live tonight because that was enough. I couldn't do it. So I was recording. I discovered that I am either NC-17 or rated G. So tonight you get a nice G-rated. We'll call it sit-down comedy this evening.
I love it. And so was our second Polly's Picnic was in April of 2016. Was your first time trying something?
That was my first time on stage.
On stage ever?
No, I've been on, High School Musical, but
Right.
no, that was my first time on stage since I was probably in high school. So.
And you went on to do like 4 or 5 more, right?
I have, and it's been a lot of fun. I love it. Can't wait to go back on again.
Can't wait to see you on the stage again. But happy anniversary to you.
Thank you. It's why also I'm cutting out this evening.
Well, thank you for being here and sharing this with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put it right in front of your eye holes and your ear holes. Here is Miss Gina Dobbs. I gotta turn off my camera so I don't distract everyone. Hang on just a sec. My mouse wasn't working. There I go. Bye.
You know you're getting older when you and your spouse spend every evening watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. And not only are you watching, you're participating. You are all in. You are 100%. You're answering the puzzles. You're screaming at the people not to answer the wrong way. When they say "and" during the crossword clue, you're yelling at them, "You moron." When the woman has the chance to win $100,000 and she answers "pleasuring the hamster," and you just know she's wrong, you scream at the television. So I don't know about where you live, but where we live, it's Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. So every night we are Wheel and then Jeopardy. And every night it's guaranteed my mom will call in the middle of Jeopardy. She hasn't learned yet. Don't call during Jeopardy. It's my magical moment. There is going to be some question that no one else can answer that I know the answer to. I don't know where. I don't know how. But damn it, I know that Napoleon the Great did just that. So I've really become very obsessed with my garden these days. It was my unemployment garden. I'm back at work, but it's still my garden. I love it. I'm out there every day. I've battled the gophers. I've won. I've lost. The other night I had a nightmare. I dreamed that the bunnies had come and eaten my garden down to the nubs. So at 2 a.m. I went out in my little booty short pajamas and a tank top with a flashlight to make sure that my garden was safe from harm. It's a sickness. Yes, it is. And one of the things I've learned is that for my garden to grow, I need bees. So I do fine with the bees. The bees are my friend. We get along. We hang. I pick, I shovel, I do whatever, and the bees just swim around me. My daughter, on the other hand, is terrified of bees. I think if you recall, she's also afraid of ducks. So the bees are even better. She's playing softball one day, and she's on the pitcher's mound, and she's having a great game, and we're playing somewhere in Long Beach. And all of a sudden we look and she's on the mound. She's like, oh, total Matrix, just everything. And the parents on the other side are like, what's wrong with that girl? Why is that girl out there dancing like a freak? And the umpire is running out to the mound to find out what's wrong. And she's like, oh my goodness, there was a bee, a little tiny bee. So I have noticed some things as my grandfather is getting older. He speaks to our appliances. Walked out in the garage the other day and he's out there. He's in front of, we got a brand new Whirlpool. And he's like, oh, you fill up with water so well. Ooh, your agitation is like magic. And I had to turn around and leave because there's just something very wrong about a 96-year-old man speaking seductively to a major appliance. So, we're all getting older. It's you don't want to see your idols age. A few years ago, a friend of mine and I went to see Page and Plant, and I'm expecting super hot, skinny hipped, bare-chested Robert Plant, and there was this weazened old man on stage. And I thought, when did Robert Plant become so old? And when did Paul Stanley become the hot old rock and roller? Yeah, being a woman, you never want to really have to have a man help you. So a few months ago, I'm trying to get a chair out of the back of my husband's gigantic truck. Now, whenever he packs a truck, he packs everything that's hard to reach in the very back at the front. Now, he's 6'4". Yeah, I'm not, I'm stumpy. So I can't reach. So this guy walks by and I said to him, "Oh, sir, excuse me. Would you mind helping me get this chair out of the back of the truck? Because for some reason, when we need help, our voices go up 5 octaves. Let me tell you a little secret about myself. I have a chick bass voice. I can actually sing, swing low, sweet chariot. That's my normal singing voice. Yet when I need assistance from man, it's, oh, hello, help me. Can you assist me? I'm a munchkin. So this is very awkward doing this without an audience. Kind of fun, little awkward, but I have one last thing for you to finalize my night. So Paul said to keep it PG-13. Oh, Paul, just wait. So my friend has 2 little boys, my godsons, Nathan and Derek. And when they were little boys, they came home one day and Nathan was very upset at Derek. And he walked up to his mom and he said to his mom, "Mom, Derek called me the F word." And the mother was just appalled. These are not the kind of people that swear. I'm not sure how we're still friends, but they're not the kind of people who swear. So she pulls him aside and she says, "What's wrong?" And he called me the F word. He said, "Well, can you tell me exactly what he called you so I can punish him?" And she's just ready with the soap and the water to wash his mouth out and soap. And he looks at her in the eyes with big tears running down his face. And he goes, "He called me fat." Thank you all. Have a nice night.
Oh, it's so hard doing stand-up to a little webcam or a camera, but Gina slayed as always. Let's hear for Gina.
Great job, Gina. Wow.
Happy anniversary, Gina. Great job. Can't wait to see you and hear you live. Hope to see you
She
first
made
weekend of
it
July.
She made it look like she was just doing it right there with an audience. I mean, that's how smooth it
Natural.
is.
She's got this natural finesse about it. She always has. She says like she hasn't been on stage since she was in high school. I can't believe it. Like
I would agree with you, Paul. I mean, that was just like she was right up there sharing, no problem.
Yep. Always is. And of course, as I just mentioned, Gina was in our second ever Polly's Picnic, but joining us for the first time virtually is someone who tried her first stand-up at our very first ever Polly's Picnic. Let's bring in Kimmy Chameleon. Kimmy! Welcome to the virtual space.
It's much different than being in front of people, but I really appreciate it. I still get the vibe from everybody in the chat. So hi, everybody.
It's Kimmy. Anybody who's just been part of the virtual family hasn't met you yet, but I can't wait till they get to see you live and in person as well.
I hope so. I hope so.
And what you've done stand-up before, but also during Polly's Picnics, you've shared videos and slides with us. And so
Yeah.
what?
Me as a rambunctious child who was always in love with monsters and not really your normal child. So yeah. Things haven't changed much.
I was just going to say, then you fit right in with this crowd, right?
That's why I love you all so much.
So what you're going to share with us tonight is a video premiere.
Yes, it is. So the pandemic made me reevaluate a lot of things in my life. You go through a lot of changes when you have to sit down and do nothing. And I decided I was going to go back to college, and I'm 47. And this is, almost 30 years later. So it's time to, make things happen, make those dreams come true. Be an example for your children, really, make sure that you are getting out there and doing the things that you say you're going to do and not just talk about it. So that's what I decided.
And not just for your children, but for all of us who happen to be, old, let's say the 35 plus.
Yes, and really with the support of this family, how could I not? How could I not do this? It's just been a remarkable experience to be surrounded by such a loving community. So I love everybody so much. So
So
thank you.
tell us a little bit, give us a little intro to this video we're going to see.
It's my final project. So it's supposed to have no dialogue in it. So there's no dialogue. I have to follow the rules, unfortunately. And it stars my oldest son, Damien. And it's just, you'll see, it's really quick. I don't want to give anything away because it's so fast. But a shout out to Jeff and Dominic for helping me out tremendously with this. But it was fun. It was so much fun, and I was limited because of the pandemic. I can't go anywhere and film anywhere or get actors. But Damien just nails it. So you guys are gonna love it. He's an excellent actor.
What's the title of the film?
Murphy's Car. So like Murphy's Law. So there's your first clue on how things are gonna go for this unlucky fella.
Murphy's Car, with the directed by Kimmy Chameleon.
Kimmy Chameleon. Great job.
That was
Kimmy.
hilarious.
Great job. Oh, filmmaker. Love it.
And not that many words were said, as she said. That's a great way to go and do it.
No words were said. When we were doing Jamie and I met in beginning acting class, and like one of the first scenes we had to do was, they called it a dumb show. Like we had to act out a whole scene without any dialogue. It's hard. It's a lot easier to do with film, and she did it masterfully. I loved all the different techniques she used on that, and so cool to see her doing that. Kimmy, if you're in the chat, drop your YouTube channel in the chat so people can check out all of the cool stuff that you do. She's been doing cooking shows for years and years and years on the YouTubes, and she's such an amazing personality.
Yes.
Love to see her perform in any capacity.
And she's always had a love for Halloween too. So I think, I don't know if some of her old shows, her creeps and things shows are there too.
She makes desserts all spooky themed and spooky like. It's very cool. Check them out. So next up was supposed to be Everly. Unfortunately, our family has fallen ill. We rescued a dog a week ago today, and he's been sneezing a lot. And then Noah got sick, and then Jamie got sick, and then Everly got sick. So everybody in the house is sick. I'm sick. I'm just not there yet. I'm sure. I'm not going to say I didn't get it. I'm sure it hasn't hit me yet. So unfortunately, nobody's feeling well tonight. So Jamie and Everly were supposed to sing tonight, and they will not be showing up. But I wanted to fill their slots here on the show with some stuff from previous picnics. As we've been talking about, as this is the first open mic night here on Vaudacity, the first of very many, I'm sure. I'm throwing it back to where it all began. And as I mentioned earlier, this all began because I wanted to try stand-up for the first time. It was always something very intimidating to me, something I was always really scared to try. And I got to do it several times at these Polly's picnics. And as I mentioned earlier, I stopped years ago because it is so hard. But maybe, as live shows come back, maybe I'll try it again. But I did want to share, this is one of my first live stand-up performances. I think this was from December of 2016.
So Polly's Picnic.
Oh, I don't know the number of this one. I've got one later on, but this one is all I know is it was one of my first stand-ups, and at the dance company in Long Beach where we started it all out. It was a dance studio with an awesome brick wall. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's me trying some stand-up. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. My name is Paul, if we haven't met yet. A lot of people know me as the guy who takes a lot of selfies, so we're going to go ahead and get that out of the way right now, first off. Just so we've got it. Hang on. I swear I know how to do this. Say cheese! Awesome. Thank you so much. See that? Now you know my name, and we're in a picture together. We're practically Facebook friends. We are. We could be Facebook friends. We could. Just don't be annoying. No, I'm just kidding. You can be annoying because guess what? Now I can unfollow you. It's great. People do some annoying stuff on Facebook, right? Yeah. My biggest pet peeve is the Facebook one-upper, or as I have dubbed it, the Facebook hipster. Y'all know who I'm talking about. These are the people who comment on your posts strictly because they need you to know that they liked something before you did. Right? You post like a video, share something. Check out this cute chubby puppy as he just falls down the stairs. Facebook hipster comments, LOL, so funny. I laughed so hard the first time I saw this 3 years ago. I've watched it hundreds of times. Uh-huh. Y'all know those people. Yeah. You post, oh my gosh, so excited. Just booked my vacation for Nepal in August. Woo! Facebook hipster jumps on and is like, Nepal, awesome. You'll love it. So great. August though, ooh. Bring some bug spray. You're like, oh cool, have you been to Nepal? Oh yeah, I go to Nepal like every 5 minutes. When I'm on lunch break. Great, thanks. I'm so excited. You post, oh my God, Brandon, he finally popped the question. I said yes! Facebook hipsters like, yeah, Brandon proposed to me like 3 times last year. I didn't say yes though. It's probably too busy watching sneak previews of movies that aren't out yet or eating at restaurants that are still being constructed, but hey, cool. Don't do that. Don't be that person on Facebook. That's dumb. Don't be dumb. Speaking of dumb people, I was in Target a few days ago. I was in Target in the menswear section, and I happened to hear a customer ask an employee, oh, hey, yo, you got any comfy pajama pants? The employee's like, what do you want, like cotton? Or, I don't know, man, something I can wear when no one else is home. And it doesn't feel like I'm wearing pants. I had 2 thoughts enter my brain. The first was, that's awesome, I want a pair of those. And my second was, well, don't wear any pants. You've already established you're home alone and no one else is there, just take them off. Hate pants. Love Target though. Target has everything, am I right? Yeah, well, almost everything. The one thing they don't have is a consistent uniform. What's up with that? Like, you're one of the biggest retail chains in the country. You can't afford some polos for your employees? I am going to use this to my advantage someday, however. I have these epic plans to one day enter a Target in a red shirt and khakis. I might even go the extra mile and clip a walkie-talkie to my belt. Walk around. And as people ask me questions, I'm gonna hit them immediately with a terrible your mom joke, followed by a horrible unseen gesture, and finished off with a wide-eyed, slow back away. Yeah. Hey, excuse me, do you have any bicycle inner tubes? Your mom has bicycles in her tubes. Excuse me, where are your bananas? Ask your mom. Excuse me, do you guys carry those strap-on camelbacks that you suck on? That's gonna be a fun day. I love Target. I've been to Target a few times. It's hard, man. Stand-up is so hard.
And yet you did it, and it was great.
Thanks. Maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I'll try it again as live shows start coming back. But...
yeah, it looked natural for you, Paul.
Oh, thanks. A lot of rehearsing went into that. You can't just, you got to memorize, and it's every little beat, and you don't know how the audience is going to react, so it's memorizing, rehearsing how you think it's going to go, and then just rolling with how it actually goes. Mm-hmm. Well, as you know, sir, as you have done at Polly's Picnic.
We got to at least say thank you to Nick Turchin for because he was always there to do all those videos. And I mean, every single picnic except for, of course, these. Yeah. He was there, and they're on.
Any of the 20 live picnics are all on Nick Turchin's YouTube. If you Nick, common spelling, Turchin is Turchen. He's got all of it. He's got Mad Tea Party. He's got all the band shows and all the picnics. Amazing dude. Thank you, Nick, for everything you've done for this. Our Mad Tea family historian, Nick Turchin. It's the midpoint of our show, so what we're going to do is take a cast photo. I'm going to have all of the performers who are performing tonight turn their cameras on, or ask them to. And we will take a screenshot as their very first ever Hearts Fire Cabaret cast photo here. Is this everybody? I think it is.
Not yet. We still got...
the Pierce, Nicole Pierce.
There's Nicole. We need Gina and David.
I think Gina's probably...
Oh, Gina may have...
should be here any second.
Okay, yeah, we could probably have Matt kind of squeeze Gina in.
Yes, I'm sure.
Let me make sure he knows really fast.
Amanda is the voice of God, and I really, really like it.
There he is.
David's here. Okay.
Yes. What movie is it where Alanis Morissette is God?
Dogma.
Dogma, yes.
I forgot about that movie.
Love it. All right, here's our very first ever Polly's online variety show, Vaudacity open mic night cast photo. And 3, 2, 1, cheese. I would have held up a hand if I had a free one. Saying number 1. Let's hear it for all of these performers. All of whom you've already heard from, and those whom you will see very soon.
Yeah, we're about halfway done.
Yep.
And we're rolling fairly well with the time, too.
But when the show ends, don't jinx us. Don't jinx us, Craig.
Oh.
When the show ends, that's not the end of the entertainment this evening or throughout the week. Let's tell you what's coming up. Right after the show tonight, starting at 8:30, is the 3rd episode of Acoustics and Stones, where Hunter Ackerman and I will play some live music on our guitars. Hunter, of course, from Big Bear, California. I'm here in Moore Park in Ventura County. We'll be volleying back and forth tunes, stories, witty banter. Well, I can't guarantee it'll be witty. It'll be jovial. I think that's what I put in the YouTube description. Jovial banter. Join us at 8:30 for that. It's going to be a great time, as it always is. And, of course, tomorrow night, Amanda on Demanda. Sunday, spinning the wheels, of course. And she's got her list of requests that you all have sent in. She doesn't know what she's going to be singing, but she's ready for any of it. We'll hear Amanda sing a song in just a bit, but tomorrow night is her own show, so check her out for that. And then on Monday night, we've got another moody Monday night for you. We've got the Deep Cuts show. This one is so much fun to do. We just hang out and play music and act sad. This week, there's always a rotating host. This week, it's Wendy Walker, and she has picked the theme of heartbreak. Or breakup songs, whether you got broken up with or you broke up with somebody. It's going to be a really great time, as it always is, Monday nights with the Deep Cuts. And then, of course, on Tuesday, Dari is going to get us going. Get that. She's got your weekly fitness Zumba class, Dancing with Dari. We'll hear from Dari in just a little bit. She's also a writer, of course, as many of you know. She'll be sharing some original work with us this evening. But join us Tuesday night for Zumba. And then Wednesday we don't have a slide for it quite yet. But
not yet, no.
This coming Wednesday night is the very first ever, if I'm not incorrect, the very first ever David Benjamin Piano Hour. We'll make sure when we talk to him in just a little bit that that's happening, if I'm not mistaken. And then Thursday, of course, every Thursday night, Hunter Ackerman right here with his Lovecast, original acoustic music from his fireplace with his trusty sidekick, Wolfgang. And, of course, we'll see you later on tonight. Friday, Suggestion Box, improv comedy with some of the best in the business. Don't miss this episode. You shouldn't miss any Friday nights. And if you miss them, you should go back and make sure you check them out, because every episode is a rip-roaring good time. Next Saturday, we're back here with another Hearts Fire Cabaret, another open mic night, and it'll be followed by a In the Cove next Saturday night. And that's where I just share videos and songs and stuff, poetry from my friends.
Music and musings.
Yeah, music and musing. That's right. And what else is coming down the pike? Oh, yeah. So this is going to be fun. If anybody was here for our first Vaudacity virtual theater reading, we read a play called Wonderful Time by Jonathan Mark Sherman. And coming up, we're going to read Neil LaBute's The Shape of Things. The cast of this play is going to be myself, my lovely wife, Miss Jamie Carganilla, and Hunter Ackerman and Caitlin McCormick. We're going to round out the cast of that. It's going to be a great time. That is on the 30th. And then on the 31st is Improv After Dark. That's our naughty improv show. That'll be Memorial Day. Hope you all join us for that, because it's always a good time. Always. All right. And of course, our family reunion is coming up Friday, July 2nd and Saturday, July 3rd. Friday is a program of the programs that we have. We got Amanda on Demand, Pick or Circle with the Pierces, Lovecast with Hunter, and Out of the Cove, myself, and I think my wife's going to join me for that one too. Friday night, and then Saturday is our first ever since Polly's Picnic number 20. It'll be our first one back. I hope you can join us. Where tickets go on sale tomorrow at VaudacityOnline.com. That's VaudacityOnline.com. Tickets will be on sale at noon. So it's your first chance to get those. Let's get back into it. Got so much cool stuff coming up. So much.
And this just started from 2 shows about 14 months ago.
Yeah.
And look where we're at now. This is so amazing.
I was going to say what we've built, but it's the we as a whole. It's the entire we. It's I was going to say what has been built by the collective we, the Vaudians, the family, the Vod Squad, all together. This is such a cool thing to keep going. Thank you all for being here, and
absolutely
can't wait to bring you more stuff. Let's bring it. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You were just gonna say?
I was just gonna say, let's bring on the second half of the show.
Yes. And we're gonna bring on a woman who you see a lot of times, who you've seen a lot of times. I think it was since August was her debut on the online variety show.
Handsome young woman.
And handsome, yes. And why don't we bring out Caitlin McCormick? There she is.
There she is.
Woo-woo.
Oh boy, I love being called a handsome young woman. Yes. Really a boost, but I feel super confident because you guys have both said so many really things tonight about how stand-up is like so easy and anyone can do it, and it's just like really, that's what you said, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, of course. Of course.
If you've never tried it before, or if there's new material you've got that you want to try it and you want a very safe and supportive place to do it, that's what Polly's Picnic always was. And that's
heck yeah.
That's what we're doing tonight. Have you ever done stand-up?
I have. I've done it actually more virtually than I have in person.
Mm-hmm.
I did it twice in high school, and that went great. Went really well. Because you know what popular kids really like? Being made fun of.
Yeah. Is that what your set consisted of?
It was in there. They didn't like it. But I learned, and I came back 3 million years later, and I've done stand up a couple of times out here, but it's always one of those things where it's like it's more than doing improv, and certainly more than doing scripted comedy, because scripted comedy is is a safe place for me. And improv a lot of times is a pretty cozy place for me to be in. But doing your own material and doing it in a vacuum is just like, what?
Yeah.
Because you don't know if it was funny, and you hope, and you can't. And the great thing about doing comedy live is that you can respond to the audience.
Sure.
Hopefully they're not heckling. But this isn't really a heckling it ain't really a no heckling crowd. They don't really do no heckling. It's better with voices, isn't it? But I think there's also this expectation to, if you're a funny person, that stand-up is just going to be something you can walk right into. And I don't know that that's true. I don't think that's true. Most people can't just like walk right into it. So this is
funny. It's funny you bring it up. Like Jamie and I have this conversation where like people who I know, people like within the audience say, Paul, you're a funny guy. And people will say that. But then I speak with my wife, who's my best friend, my partner in life, my roommate, and she's like, you're not a funny person. You can be funny. You are funny at times, but like you're not a funny person. And I'm like, thanks. Well, I have friends who think I am funny. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go hang out with them.
I got a whole list of people. I took down names. They said I was funny. They did it.
No, but like I understand what she's saying. Like when in normal life, I'm very chill. I'm very mellow. I'm quiet. I'm a quiet person in the room. But when I'm on stage or there's a mic in my hand, I'm like the switch gets flipped.
I don't know that anyone has ever referred to me as a quiet or shy person at any point, for any moment, for any day, for any second. Even as a baby, I was like, I'm here. But it's a different thing to, you're great, Paul, at playing off of people, and you're great at receiving from other people, and taking what they give you. You're also like really fun to break, so that's something we all enjoy. But I think there are different things that make people funny or that make them good at doing comedy in general. But I think that being a really good stand-up comedian takes a lot of work and a lot of practice and a lot of like falling on your ass and being not good at all and having to fail in front of people.
And not being afraid to.
Right. Or just shoving your fear down to the depths of your soul, just numbing yourself completely. I'm kidding.
No, as
I'm
Diana
kidding.
says in the chat, when I met you, Paul, the first time I met you, you were drunk. We were both drunk. I have pictures to prove it. And I'm like, yeah, I was probably at a show. Anyway, I gotta say, before Caitlin steps up onto the stage, thank you, Harley Davenport, for the drop in the super chat. She says, Carganilla family, you all rock. And Emily Thatcher, every night, every week. Thank you so much, Emily. E minor. Everyone here is so good, she says.
Oh, yay, Paul has to drink.
Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you, Emily. So
Caitlin, go
Yeah?
ahead. What now? Do you have a theme for what your stand-up is, or you just do
We're
it?
just going. It's a collection of humorous observations that I have made,
All right, well,
and that
ladies
you will
and
hopefully
gentlemen,
enjoy.
Caitlin McCormick.
Oh, every time Craig says your name, you feel like a star. I love it so much. And I love this family, and I'm excited to share this brand new material, well, newish material with all of you. My first little story happened before the pandemic. I was in the hospital, and I got in, the nurse checks me in, and she asked, are you in any pain? And I said, not physical. And then, of course, the nurse had to verify that my last name was McCormick. And I said, yes. And she said, oh, like the Spice Company? Is that your grandpa? And I was like, oh, girl, trust me. If I were that McCormick, I'd be at Cedars-Sinai right now. So, no. But they put me in a bed, and it's one of those situations where it's just you and then a curtain and another person. And then it's this old guy next to me. And I start to get a little worried because he starts yelling, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying. But I think he maybe was not necessarily dying, but I was concerned because the next thing he said was, I'm going to take the biggest shit of my life. And I was like, nurse, you got to get over here stat like right away, because I am not about to be here while this very old man is having the biggest shit of his life with just a curtain between us. No, not here for that. No, thank you. So I'm going to transition really smoothly from pooping to eating, because everyone loves that. And I'm going to talk about this time that I was in Whole Foods in Glendale, again before COVID, and I'm at the hot food bar, and I noticed this like old lady, and I happen to note that she is literally like sticking her hand in and sampling every single hot food item on the bar. And I'm like, lady, like, how do you not know? Come on, man. Like, you know what a roasted fingerling potato tastes like. It tastes like carbs and roastiness, and it's great. Come on, we need to not. And I'm thinking, excuse me, sorry. I'm just thinking about carbs. I got excited. But I'm thinking, lady, you can get away with that because you're an old lady. I can't. Okay. And some of you may be thinking, oh, come on, Caitlin, like you've sampled before. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't. And I'll tell you why. Here's why. I'd get caught. Okay. They got eyes on me. I am a fat chick in a food establishment. Okay. I'm like Rockwell at any grocery store. It always feels like somebody's watching me. I can't steal food. Also, that's another reason not to sample. It's stealing. I don't do it. I don't sample. I sample from samples. If there is a sample that I am interested in and they're offering it, I will sample it. I'm not going to buy it. Who buys it? Who samples and buys? Like, who's just like walks into the store and samples and they're like, you know, I had absolutely no intention of ever considering this project, but now because I've tried it, you've won me over. Yes, let me buy these $65 gluten-free whole food gummy vitamins. Yeah, they do taste like apple pie. But if I want an apple pie, which I don't, I'll just make a friggin' apple pie, which I won't. I'll buy an apple pie. I'm a grown-up. One last story, sticking with food. I've seen a meme going around. I'm sure you've seen it. And it's like, eat the cupcake. Fat people are harder to kidnap. But I think the kidnappers are missing out here on a real opportunity. Like, you want to kidnap a girl that's funny and charming and just like an all-around good time, you got to go with the big girl, okay? She's just going to bring a certain sense of play and just like, she's really just going to, you know, she's going to work for it. You know, you'd be surprised. You might be missing something with the thinner woman. I'm just putting it out there, okay? And you might think that we are harder to take, okay? I mean, like, harder to physically nap, but I'll lay it out real easy for you, okay? Get yourself a taco truck that is offering free tacos, park it in the parking lot of Elaine Bryant, and the big girls, we will come to you, okay? We will run. We might not run, but we will walk briskly, okay, to your weird, creepy white van, okay, for the promise of free tacos. And if you tell us that there is extra guac, but we have to get in the back of the van to get it, we will get in your creepy van. No questions asked. Hit us on the back of the head with a big bag of beans and it will be a taco takening. Okay? kidnaps of the world, kidnappers of the world, all I'm asking is that you consider me, okay? Because representation matters. All right, that's my time. Thank you much. Oh, the shoes. The shoes. Oh. Wah! Still getting hit with shoes.
Caitlin McCormick with the slaying stand-up on the onlines.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Hope
Thanks,
to see you next
Craig.
weekend. And we'll see you
Yes.
at the Shape of Things.
You will. I am so excited about that, Paul. I can't thank you for asking me to be a part of it. I'm really stoked.
Of course. Can't wait to see you. See you soon.
And there's another person, whose stand-up, it was like, okay, effortless in front of, this audience.
Yeah. And the little thing, like the transitions are so hard, and the beats and just the shifts, and it's so intricate and so hard. But she slayed. She slayed.
So now people are going to look at what we've done here tonight, and then what the stand-up is going to be come July 3rd, and it'll be interesting to compare the two.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no beating a live audience.
Well,
Hearing
yes.
like if you see those sitcoms without a laugh track, like everything is different. But I hope everybody at home was drinking up, dressing down, making some noise, laughing out loud, as we encourage everybody to do every weekend here on the network. Let's invite our next performer in, Nicole Pierce. Nicole Pierce. Hello, lovely.
Hello.
Thank you for having me on your show on Wednesday. It was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, of course. That was awesome.
It was a pleasure to be there, and I hope I can join you guys very soon again.
For sure. We'll make it happen.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to invite me.
We'll make sure that you're not working or something.
Here we are. It's our first open mic night. Have you ever been
know.
to an open mic night? Have you ever performed at an open mic night before?
Yes, actually. Gosh, it's been so long. Probably like 7 years ago. Then I kind of stopped for a while.
Were you promoting your amazing YouTube channel, The Blue Bus?
No, because I am terrible at that. Never.
Or were you singing?
What's that?
Were you singing at the open mic?
Yeah. Actually, so I started open mics pretty much the year before I met Mike. So I was just going alone, but some of my friends would come to support me, and they just sit around. And I would do like songs that I've written, or once in a while a cover song. And then when Mike and I got together, we started doing open mics together, and that was really fun. We did that for a little bit.
And then it was closed mic.
Then actually we just stopped going. This is like years before the pandemic, but yeah.
Of course. We used to do this. We can do this after your song because you're already set up with the guitar, but we used to do this with our friend Danny Carey, who was on the show. We'd do a baby bump date. If you're comfortable with that, we'll do that maybe after the show. I mean, after your song.
Okay.
But no pressure.
It's growing like fast now. I feel like each
How far
day,
along are you?
I'm halfway, so 20 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Each day I'm just like, oh, I look bigger.
I'm like that too, but it's just because I haven't dieted. I need to get on that train. Anyway, so tonight, what are you playing for us?
Yeah, I'm playing a song. I'm not doing stand-up. Kudos to all you people who can do stand-up comedy. It's like, I get nervous watching you guys, but you guys kill it. It's amazing, and I'm laughing. It's awesome. But no, I'm singing. I'm singing a song that I wrote for Mike. This is very cheesy, but this is a song that I wrote for him when I think like after we got engaged. So that's like 6 years ago now.
An original. Yeah. What's it called?
An original. I don't have a name for it, just Mike's song.
Yeah. Inspired by her husband, Mike Pierce. Here's Nicole Pierce with an original song.
Thank you. I'm not get used to writing happy songs. I guess I'm more the type to sulk in my sorrow. But since you came along, I find it hard to put down in words what I'm feeling. But then you look at me and all I see is all I need. I'm so glad I get to call you mine. Oh. Now all I want to do in life is make you smile. I want to see that smile. It brightens up the day. Not a single gray cloud in the sky can make me feel dismayed. Oh, oh, But then you look at me and all I see is all I need. I'm so glad I get to call you mine. Yeah, you look at me. Yeah, you just look at me. Can't you see you're all I need? I love you, baby. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's a Thursday night, the sky is bright from the lights on 2nd Street. Oh, it reminds me of that day. You were dancing without a care and by yourself. I thought you were quite funny, to say the least. Now look at all these times that we've shared. I'm gonna be with you always. Always, always, always.
Nicole Pierce.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you do want to follow Nicole on the YouTubes, her channel is The Blue Bus. So just type in on the YouTube search The Blue Bus. Very
Yeah,
simple.
one word.
All
The
one
Blue
word.
Bus.
Altogether.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Plays on there. As a husband who has had music written for him before, I know how special that is. So you're amazing.
Thank you.
Mike's in the chat interacting with everybody. And Wendy Walker says, all rise for the Nicole Pierce fan club. So many people raising their
So
hands.
sweet.
Yep.
My songs are super cheesy, but I definitely felt everything I said. So.
Love it so much. All right, so it's a 20-week bump date, yeah?
Oh yeah, okay. Don't worry, I'm wearing a shirt underneath, so.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
It's coming along.
Yes. And you revealed a couple of weeks ago on or like a week ago on your Insta. It's a boy.
It's a boy. It's a boy. We'll get it. We'll get it confirmed again this Wednesday because it was through an ultrasound at like a third-party imaging place. So yeah. So I'm like, well, hopefully the girl knew what she was saying. But we already have we bought some boy stuff. So.
Hey, where do you work? What do you do? I work at a third-party ultrasound gender imaging place.
She probably knows what she's talking about.
I'm sure she does. I'm just joking. It just sounds funny. But we're so excited for baby Pierce. Can't wait. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you guys. See you later.
Sharing your gifts with us, Nicole Pierce.
I love listening to her and Mike too. I mean, the way that the voices mix together and just even individually, wow.
Crazy good.
I'm so glad that we have them as a part of our rotating Wednesday lineup with the Picker Circle. Yeah. And I like that next we have one of our crew. She's always been a regular on our crew cuts, but we've seen her Zumba dance during the online variety shows. And tonight, she is the second one to share poems with us. So let's welcome Dari Mills.
Hi, Dari. Hi. We know she's a writer.
Absolutely. Your creative journey this last week. How does that feel?
It felt so good.
Paul, you know what you got to do. All right, I will too.
But yeah, it felt amazing. It felt so nice to get it out there and see people's reactions like, oh, do you guys like it? And yeah, it was really cool to have someone actually, does reading, like Hunter does reading all the time. And so to hear it, it was very nice to hear.
I remember, well, Paul will know this as well as when I helped with Krista on her first table read. It's really neat to hear it come to life. I mean, you put the words on down, but to hear it actually being interpreted is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
now,
so amazing.
What you're doing tonight, though, would you consider this being the precursor to this project?
To the novel? Or
yeah, because you know, writing poetry, you're writing down your thoughts, your ideas, being creative with it.
These are old. I mean, so is the novel. I've been writing for 10 years, but but these are my last year of high school because everyone's been graduating. I keep seeing my friends who've been going to college for years and the people that are just graduating high school and college. So I found these ones in my little old poetry writing book.
That's awesome.
It still has some empty entries, so I'm gonna start doing that again.
Fill those out.
Yeah, maybe some ghost stories in there too.
Oh, well, I mean, we've got room for those too on a night like these, on these cabaret nights. Why not?
But yeah, so these aren't based on the novel or anything like that. These are based on me graduating because I grew up in Vegas and I did a lot of stuff. I did marching band and I did Spanish club and I did theater and I did a lot of stuff and it was overwhelming. So I was glad for everything to just like be over, you know, and then get that degree, or was it? Yeah, it's called a degree in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I picked 2 of them because they don't take 6 minutes. They take 30 seconds or so. So yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Dari and her sharing with us her poems.
Yeah. Mine don't have titles because I never thought of titles. I just wrote it and never thought of looking back. So I already said they're about graduating and, you know, at the end of the semester and end of the season. So this is the first one. Oh, sweet serenity. Oh, come peace. for the time has come to shine on your face. Time to see a brighter future. Again, amidst the hectic chaos that awaits, step forward joy, not happiness. For without joy, there can be not. No feeling of being accomplished and no feeling of happiness. One must engage and focus for the last days of the season and look forward to an ending that has waited for years to come. Oh, sweet serenity, I am ready for joy. And that's one of them. And so this is the next one. Onward to a new light, onward to a new light. I am moving on with my life. I'm moving on with no strife. Every day is anew, every day is full with joy. So why bother me now? So why bother me ever again? My life is mine to own, my life is mine to control. Oh, freedom of life, oh, freedom of every day. Seize the day. Oh, light now and sweet joy. Oh, light now and sweet joy.
Dari Mills. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Great job. I can't wait to read your novel. Can't wait to hear more of that and more of your poetry.
Yay.
We'll catch you on Tuesday night, Dancing with Dari. Dari Mills.
And if you missed your creative journey, go back to last Tuesday on VaudacityNetwork.com and find Your Creative Journey, because she's there with Krista King, and you guys are actually talking about the creative journey that they've taken for these projects.
Yeah. That's one thing Kevin and I always talked about. Kevin Gregg, the main host of the Your Creative Journey podcast, he and I always say, if we inspire like one person to get something done that they haven't gotten done yet, like this is all worth it for us. And so seeing Krista and Dari and hearing their words, and it's so cool. So cool. I'm not saying like they only did it because of the podcast, but if we were able to help in any way, awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Next up, our host of Amanda on Amanda Benjamin.
Hi.
Hello, love.
Hello.
You've got a show tomorrow night at 7:30. Is there a theme?
No theme this week, but I do have some friends who are going to be on, which is exciting. And it's a raffle week, so.
That was exciting.
Yeah, so we're going to have raffle prizes. Like I said, so my friend Katie and Megan, who are the twins who are in the quintet, I wanted to do a trio with them too, so they're going to be on the show too.
Fun.
Yeah.
Anybody watching the show back just saw an orb come into frame and change direction. Yeah, it came right to your right. It was stage right, and it saw you and it stopped, and then it went up and up and over. I'm not into ghosts. So can't wait to hear. What can you spoil what the tree?
I guess I could, because I'm really excited about it, because I just finished editing it today, and I personally think it came out really well. So we're going to sing, for those of you guys who are watching, we're going to sing At the Ballet from Chorus Line.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be really good.
Well, we'll be excited for that. Show starts at 7:30 tomorrow night. Amanda sings your requests and also has some other amazing surprises. Yeah. Maybe not so surprising, but always a great show. And Amanda, what have you brought to the very first ever open mic night?
Ooh, I was not sure. I was trying to decide all week what I was going to sing, and I decided to go back to a song that I loved probably since the first time I heard it. And I feel like we've been hearing a lot of Kelly Clarkson on various shows. So I decided to do Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Benjamin, Breakaway.
just stare out my window, dreaming of what could be. And if I'd end up happy, I would pray. Trying hard to reach out, but when I tried to speak out, felt like no one could hear me. Wanted to belong here, but something felt so wrong here, so I pray I could break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky, and I'll make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the ones that I love. I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Wanna feel the warm breeze, sleep under a palm tree, feel the rush of the ocean, get on board a fast train, travel on a jet plane far away, and break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky, and I'll make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget all the ones that I love. I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Buildings with 100 floors, swinging round revolving doors. Maybe I don't know where they'll take me, but I gotta keep moving on, fly away, break away. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly, though it's not easy to tell you goodbye. Gotta take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun, but I won't forget the place I come from. I gotta take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Break away, break away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Benjamin!
I love that song.
So many people in the chat are like, that's my favorite. Wait. That's my favorite Kelly Clarkson song. Amanda's slaying it as always. Looks amazing in yellow.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Great job. And you can, Amanda will be right back tomorrow night at 7:30.
7:30. Come watch me.
Benjamin.
Bye.
Great
Hi,
job.
Noah.
So this little boy has been so sick the past couple of days. But I opened the door to go use the restroom, and he's like, "Can I sing a song?"
Oh, well,
Okay, if you want to.
if Noah asks,
Yeah.
he
Want
shall.
to sing a song, buddy?
The wheels on the bus. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. The big bus go. The big bus go.
The blink.
All through the town.
Yay! Great job, buddy.
Feel better, Noah.
Better. Sweet dreams. So good.
I think he's on his way to feeling better, Paul. Give it up for Noah.
Oh boy. That kid.
You know, it's a shame he doesn't have any talent whatsoever.
It's crazy. It's like he won't, like, he doesn't take direction for anything. People are like, is he going to follow in Everly's footsteps and be on TV and movies and stuff? And I'm like, no, because he doesn't listen to anything you tell him to do. But he loves music, and he loves, like, his pitch is, like, spot on. Maybe he's got a career in music. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, I mean, comes from a good stock here. You know, talent on both parents.
I guess mom's checking in Everly, so he's like, I'm bored. But speaking of music.
Oh, absolutely. We've got... I love that on the variety shows that we have decided to include all types of music, and that includes of the classical type. And what better person than to follow Amanda than her husband, David. David, come on up.
Hey,
wow. Craig. How are you?
Before or after I spilled Malibu on some of my wife's tax documents tonight?
Uh-oh. Well, fortunately, you don't have to file them right away then, right?
No, they were all older documents that she'd had set aside for something, and it turns out that they were covered by something that didn't matter, and that's what actually got alcohol splashed over it. So, fun times in quarantine over here.
Ah.
I don't know how I'm going to follow Noah. I mean,
he is a tough act, isn't he?
Luckily, you guys gave me enough time that I could get my breath back after laughing so hard. It's hilarious.
He is so ready to go. I give him a couple more years, Paul, and yeah, we're going to see Noah definitely bringing it like Everly does. Wouldn't surprise me.
Might be July 3rd.
Hey. Ooh. All the more reason to stay tuned for that announcement to find out when we can do that voodoo that we will do on that weekend. So David, mostly you've shared with us your classical virtuosity, and yes, and wow, hearing it's opened up, in my opinion, what the network is offering and you're going to get your own show here very soon too.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And like, if you told me even a year ago that not only would I be performing live week in and week out, and not only would I be singing, not just playing piano, but singing too, not only all that, but that I would be enjoying it and looking forward to starting my own thing, I would have said, no, not going to happen. and yet here we are. And yeah, I'm immensely looking forward to it. It's this first one is going to be a bit of an eclectic mix, I think. There's a few people who had sent in requests over the course of the Polly's online variety show, which, just due to different show themes and whatnot, I wasn't able to do. So I'm going to hopefully accommodate those.
Was that correct? It's this Wednesday.
It is this Wednesday, yes, 7:30.
What time is it?
7:30.
7:30 on Wednesday.
PM.
Pacific.
Yes. Pacific.
You're not going to get up and play for us while we're having breakfast?
I mean, I could. It'd be like waking up in Nordstrom's, which we had somebody... friend of the family staying with us years and years ago when I was a kid, and I was taking piano lessons, and I used to practice in the morning before going to school. And I remember she came downstairs one day and says, "This is just like waking up in Nordstrom's."
Just waking up with David Benjamin?
Yeah. I don't know if I wasn't nearly as good as the guy in Nordstrom's, but
We could still call it Waking Up with David Benjamin, and it starts at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah, all I have to do is play what I played last week for our Moody Monday Deep Cuts show. That'll wake everybody up. Nothing like a little Beethoven in the morning to get you going.
Yeah.
Every time you play for us is great.
It is. By the way, before we get to you, David, Caitlin McCormick, thank you so much for Noah and for the blinkers on the bus.
Oh, is that what he was trying to say? I was thinking, anytime I trip up a little bit on a line in a song, I'm just going to go the Noah route.
Yes.
Just spit gibberish until it comes back. Which, interestingly enough, apparently in a performance of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda did just that. He got distracted by something, and he was in the middle of a rap sequence and just completely lost the thread of what he was supposed to be saying. So it was just blah, 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 until he got back on. And you know what? Nobody noticed. I mean, there's probably one person in the audience going, I couldn't quite catch that part.
So what are you sharing with us tonight?
Well, funnily enough, after that whole big classical introduction, I'm actually not performing anything classical tonight. I decided to do What a Wonderful World. This was actually something I've been thinking about doing last week for the final POVS show of the season, and ultimately ended up deciding against it. But then when this week's show rolled around, I thought, yeah, I'll do this one. And experimenting with a little bit of a new mic setup. I got it over here, which leads to some physical awkwardness, but I think it's working.
Well,
it should work just fine for singing, so we'll see how it goes.
Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for David Benjamin.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
David Benjamin.
Wow.
Great job.
Thank you.
Fantastic. We need to hear you play and sing more often.
Well, tune in on Wednesday nights. You might hear just that. I won't make any promises for the first one because, I really want to use the show as an opportunity to play and hold on a sec. There we go. Now I don't sound like I'm in a cathedral.
But
I want to use it as an opportunity to share some stuff stuff I've played for years and some of my favorite music that I haven't had an opportunity to share on the POVS show.
Can't wait. Can't wait to hear it Wednesday night at 7:30.
Yes.
See you soon. David Benjamin. Love it. All right. About to wrap it up, but before we do, of course, we need more crew cuts. My co-host this evening. Let's hear it from my co-host this evening, Craig Jackman.
Thank you.
Craig, I realized I've never asked you this. Are you related to Hugh?
I don't know. I actually should find out. I know that the name Jackman is not as popular as, let's say, Jackson. And from what I found out from somebody who knew our family history, we do have a branch somewhere like 4th or 5th removed that is in Australia.
So you might be related to Hugh.
It's very possible.
You are. You definitely are. Craig is related. Okay. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Craig is related to Hugh Jackman. But I'll talk about why that popped into my mind on Acoustics and Stone starting at 8:30. But Craig, closing out our show with the song tonight, what did you choose to sing this evening?
Well, I actually thought this would be a great song given the times that we're in. The song was originally written by Pete Seeger in the late 50s, 1950s, of course. And the lyrics, except for the title, are repeated throughout the song. And the final 2 lines consist of the first 8 verses of the 3rd chapter of the biblical book Ecclesiastes, as found in the King James Version that was put together in 1611. Hunter, I know you'll like that because, the historian that he is. And the song became an international hit in late 1965 when it was adapted by the American folk rock group The Byrds. It went to number 1 on the Hot 100 that Billboard put out. And Pete Seeger wrote this song as a plea for world peace because, in particular, of the last 2 lines of the song. So, because of the tensions that were going on at the time with the Vietnam War and with a lot of other things on campus and things like that. So it was basically a song to remember what the Bible says about living together, about taking the good with the bad, and about peace. And the song is from The Bird. The song is Turn, Turn, Turn.
Great. My co-host this evening, Craig Jackman.
To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time for peace. A time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late.
Craig Jackman, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Craig.
Thank you.
Perfect song.
Definitely a song for the times.
I was just going to say that.
Sorry.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Our very first Vaudacity open mic night. First of many Hearts Fire Cabarets. Tune in next Saturday. We'll be back with another one.
And please join us and share this with everybody, too. I mean, tell them we're here we're here next Saturday, and then we'll be on our regular schedule come Sunday the following week.
Yes, and the way you can submit to be on the show, join us, stretch your wings, try new things, do something scary. Head over to vaudacitycabaret.online. There's a Google form you can fill out, and we'll book you for a future show this summer, hopefully. And let's hear for all of our performers here tonight.
Join us and stretch your wings.
Yes. If you enjoyed the show this evening, you want to thank your performers for the cost-free live stream this evening, you can drop into the super chat. There's a $sign at the bottom of that live Google chat there. Go ahead and hit that and drop something in there. That'll get split amongst the cast. Or you can find me, Paul Carganilla, on Venmo. If you send me something and you put in the notes, this is for everybody for open mic night. On this day, I'll make sure that it gets split up amongst everybody as well. I'm going to leave you with a video from the very first ever Polly's Picnic, February 13th, 2016. And so many of the people who have joined us here and enjoyed some shows on Vaudacity have met Arnold Palmer, this really awkward guy that makes videos. And I'm about to show you the moment he was born. If you weren't there, Craig, you were there, right? That first.
I was there for the first one. Yes, it
was crazy. So
magic.
I wrote like 5 minutes of material, and then you'll see how it just in the moment, in the live space, it becomes like 15. I'm probably going to cut it around minute 6 or 7. We have a new show, our next show at 8:30. Hunter and myself, we're going to do Acoustics and Stones. Hunter Ackerman and Paul Carganilla, live music, musings, and jovial banter. So that starts at 8:30, but I'll send you off with, this was the very first ever Polly's Picnic and the birth of Arnold Palmer. Here we go.
Thank you for that intro, Dan. But I have another surprise for y'all. I mean, the whole Josh thing was a surprise tonight, but and it's just been such a joy having so many of my lifelong friends and newer friends come up and make their debut here tonight. I have a friend that I've known. I probably know this guy better than anybody else knows him in the whole world. I've known him since he was born, and he's always wanted to try stand-up comedy. This is his debut. Give it up for Arnold Palmer. I said, give it up for Arnold Palmer. Speak jokes out my face. I've always loved funny stuff. You're funny. Thank you. I've been on Instagram for about 2 years and nobody follows me, so that's sad. My name on Instagram is Arnold Rules, but it should be Arnold Yardstick because I rule so much a foot can't handle. Funny stuff, and so I write it down. I use note cards because I don't want to forget. Okay, so first I'll tell some classic comic jokes that make people laugh, so you like me. And here's one that's one of my favorites. Two cannibals were eating a clown. One of them said, "Hey, does this taste funny to you?" The other one said, "Yeah, shit, how long did you cook it for?" And he said, "Like 20 minutes, that's right?" And the other one said, "Yeah, I think." That's nothing. Here's another classic. A duck waddled into a bar. And he said, "Hey, bartender, put it on my bill." And the bartender said, "Okay, buddy, what's your name?" And the duck said, "My name is Wellington von Siegel." Because the duck's name is Siegel. What did you say? More like rock word, bitch. My neighbor's dogs really went at it this morning. They were gnashing and biting and clawing. Yeah, it was a real plain fight. When planes fight, no. Real smart humor. I wrote an original song. It's called "My Hazel Eyes That You Love." I love singing. Oh, bother. Someone lit Eeyore's tail on fire. Yeah, it was a real hot piece of ass. He's a donkey. Hey, it's just my opinion, but I think Helen Keller would be a really bad brain surgeon. Besides, she'd never pass all the tests because she's dumb. Thank you. Sometimes I'll enjoy a beer, but I don't do drugs. I did get really high on an elevator once.